Hello, welcome on this nice fall Sunday. And guess what? There's basketball today, actually. Nets-Lakers preseason game. I don't know why there's just one today. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but NBA, sure, and I think, I kind of want to discuss some of the things I'm looking forward to this preseason. People to keep an eye on, situations to keep an eye on. But obviously I want to stress that, preseason's not the place for overreactions. I think in any sport, there's a lot of experimenting being done, both on an individual level from like a play style thing, guys trying out new stuff, to on a team level, coaches trying different rotations, different lineups, trying to get guys some action that probably won't play much in the regular season. And kind of I think it's important for certain guys that fall in, I don't know, maybe like the 8th to 12th spots to either earn it, show that they got a little bit more, maybe get more playing time. And then obviously, you have the rookies, you have all the rookies, but, obviously everyone's going to keep an eye on Cade Cunningham, going to keep an eye on, Mobley, Jalen Green, Scotty Barnes, Jalen Suggs, your top 5 guys. And then, some of the other ones, I know in Houston, they got that kind of group of rookies. I'm kind of excited to see how that shakes out. Detroit, I'm kind of excited to see how Killian Hayes comes back, how Cade Cunningham does, obviously. Luka Garza, again, he was a guy that really impressed during Summer League. I feel like that's going to continue, probably depending on how many minutes. Obviously, he'll be behind Kelly Olynyk and Isaiah Stewart in terms of the front court, but I think they guaranteed a contract for him, thank God, because he originally was on like a 2-way or something, like non-guaranteed or something like that. And it was like there are probably some teams that would happily sign Luka to I was gonna say a full-time contract. He's like part-time, a guaranteed contract. So Detroit, keep an eye on. I think Cleveland, see how they do with all their new pieces. Talking Mobley, talking Lauri Markkanen, how they feel with Jared Allen, how that backcourt looks with Garland and Sexton. See if Isaac Okoro will show us anything new, specifically on the offensive side of the ball. And then there's some of the contenders. I mean, like Milwaukee's is basically the same. I don't know if DiVincenzo's healthy yet. It'll be interesting to see when they get him back. Philly, who the hell knows? Obviously with Ben Simmons, doesn't look like he's playing in the preseason at all. So there's nothing there. It's not like he's gonna see the Sixers play preseason, be like, shit, this is what I'm missing, dude. Rich Paul, get me out there. Everything is forgiven. So I don't know. Nets, I guess Kyrie's out there. I don't know if he'll play. Who knows? Another weird situation to keep an eye on there. I'll be curious. Toronto now incorporating Scotty Barnes into the real lineup with Van Fleet and Pascal, OG. Still haven't addressed the big man, like Chris Boucher. Okay, yeah. Kyan Birch, Precious Achua. See how that all fits. A lot of talent there. Excited to see what Toronto's going to bring. Indiana's probably about the same. I guess Karras has a back issue that he'll hopefully be able to play by the regular season. Going down the line, I talk about Washington. I think Spencer Dinwiddie's someone that has something to prove. Just coming off injury, not being able to stay with the Nets, and it seems like Wizards just has like a culture. So far, so good. I think that they'll actually be pretty competitive this year. Again, now they have a situation on their hands with Bradley Beal. He doesn't seem to be as like committed to the cause as some others, but we'll see how that shakes out. And Miami, Kyle Lowry, see how he fits. He's obviously someone that probably has something to prove, really. You just, it'd be cool to see him. And I doubt he'll play much this preseason, but these storylines are going to carry over into the regular season, obviously. But just to see him, Jimmy Butler with Bam, Duncan Robinson. I mean, that Heat team, man. If everyone's firing, if Tyler Hero is like bubble Tyler Hero, the Heat have a legitimate shot at the finals. Like I don't feel too bad about saying that. I mean, it's a big if. I mean, if any team has all their players playing at a top, elite level, then yeah, they're going to make an NBA Finals run. But it's just a matter of, who's most likely to do that. The Heat are going to be tough to eliminate in a 7-game series, so I'll just say that. And if I don't talk about your team, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of skipping over just general big storylines. Going now out west, Minnesota had the weird thing with the executive. Like I said in kind of my video talking about them, like, need an identity. This is I got like crazy hair going on. Need an identity, so the preseason's a great time to try and figure that out. Maybe Pat Bev in that locker room, do a little grit and grind. I think Karl Anthony Towns now, D'Lo, like they're all healthy as far as I know. So I think this is kind of like Minnesota's time to prove there's something worth salvaging out of all that, and it's not just an immediate rebuild. Anthony Edwards, we'll see what kind of steps forward he takes. Obviously, we know he can score. We know he's an incredible athlete. But, can he do it on a winning team? Pretty busy on a Sunday. Not usually out this late on a Sunday. Work starts later now because the sun doesn't come up. So I'm going to get T-boned right now. If that's cool with you guys, what the phone... I always imagine if I get in a crash, the phone's still recording. I'm not sure what happens with that eventually, but we'll have video evidence of something. You probably won't get the crash, but yeah, so Minnesota's interesting. Utah's the same team, not much going on there storyline-wise. OKC, looking at, is it Josh Giddey? I think that's his name. Look how he fits. People thought that was a reach pick. It'd be kind of interesting to see, he does, and obviously all their young guys. Golden State, see Kuminga, Moody, those guys fit if they play them with Curry at all. And then obviously the Andrew Wiggins situation will be ongoing. Sacramento now we'll have to see how they kind of work rotation with De'Aaron Fox, Halliburton, and the newly drafted Davion Mitchell. It's a seemingly great backcourt. It's just a matter of getting all those guys minutes and time with the ball. Obviously, like Marvin Bagley, I don't know, not much has resurfaced about him maybe being on the move. So we'll see maybe if he can prove that he's, worth committing to long term, or enough, value to deal him. And so Sacramento, another team, I think it's kind of a prove it year for them as well. Just these teams like them and the Timberwolves, obviously, are two teams that have been in the kind of the basement of the West for a while. And, they got some great pieces, some interesting assets. And now it's time to see, if they can really do anything with them, either from, a performance standpoint or a, trade standpoint. Going down south, we're looking at San Antonio, see what they do. They brought in Thaddeus Young and Aminu. I don't know if they'll actually play or not. Brought in Zach Collins, Doug McDermott. It's like ho-hum, you know? It's kind of weird. The Spurs now, it's kind of like the Patriots, where it's a new era, but same coach, and you kind of have faith in the coach. But, you know, it's really hard for anyone to turn a team around after losing its star players for, you know, turn them around in like a year or two is really an impossible task unless you're fortunate enough to, you know, like a Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck situation. But, you know, that doesn't happen very often. So you can't count on that. I mentioned Houston. Dallas, I think, newly acquired Moses Brown. We'll see how he does. And I'll be curious, Kristaps, you know, what kind of season does he have ahead of him health-wise, you know, role-wise, if we're looking at, is he kind of, you know, a legit second fiddle to Luka, or is he kind of just another guy? And I'm afraid, and I mentioned this, you know, I talked about the Mavs a long time ago, but it's kind of like with LeBron and Kevin Love type situation where it's like a totally different role. You know, Kristaps not going to get the touches, not going to get the looks that he might have in New York and what he's used to, you know, thinking of himself as a premier player. So that's a guy, you know, you keep an eye on. Another one that you look at, you know, trade value-wise, obviously, as well. So that's kind of my 2 cents around the league going into preseason. Just looking at different storylines. We'll see how they unfold. I'm really excited. I think just the talent level in the NBA is crazy at this point. It seems like, you know, no one's just like awful. Especially with this new draft class coming in. I think, you know, these top 10 picks will contribute immediately and are added on to already some exciting rosters. So looking forward to it. We'll see next Lakers. Obviously, it's Sunday, so it's going to be, you know, overshadowed by the NFL. But Monday, we got a big slate of games. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. And stick around. We get to talk about them now. Some actual basketball and not just all this hypothetical bullshit I've been rambling about for the whole summer. But thanks for sticking it out with me. And take care of yourselves. Take it easy. And I'll see you next time.